Yo, what is good, my anime people? What is good, yo? Oh, I missed it. I have been feeling like crap from yesterday, but hopefully this tea that I drank helps a little bit, so I do apologize if I sound like out of it a little bit. But overall, let's talk about that Demonslayer. Guys, this show is going, like, it gets so much love, and I don't think really people understand how much of a fandom there is for just English watchers, right? Like, there was a day and age where I didn't think I could ever really watch sub because I didn't have a way to actually find these shows. So I was like, man, I'm always gonna have to watch in English because that's just the only way I can get it. Mind you, this was back when Toonami was still kind of getting its popularity going from like Dragon Ball Z first time being out, not that Dragon Ball Kai. And I do apologize if you guys hear anything outside of the mic that's like thumping and stuff. I have some roofers above me doing some tar work because of just water over here, and I have a flat roof. So if you already know what a flat roof problems are, thank you for even understanding, but I do apologize for even telling you that. I just want to make sure you have an understanding of why there's going to be maybe some sounds in the background that might never be back again in my videos. So that is that. With Tanjiro being such a joy to watch, this show has already kind of hit the mark for me when it comes down to what I would want in a main character. Like, for instance, someone made a really good point to me in the case of Seven Deadly Sins has like really amazing characters, right? Like Bon and Mavis, and a lot of these, and Eleanor or the giant man with the the beefy weapon. All these characters are really cool, but then you meet Meliodas and he's such a he's completely opposite of them, right? Like, he has a very one-track mind. He kind of does all of his things the same way. He's gonna do it all the same times, and I never really thought about that as do some main characters really get outshined by their their side people that not even they won't even have, some of them don't even get the chance to be stronger than the main character, but somehow their personality, their style, their overall goals or something along those lines are just better than the main character you're watching. You rather them be the main character. I never felt that with this show, right? I'm not sure if they're going to introduce characters that can fill that role, or be that type of overall show stealer. I mean, to be fair, the sister is kind of always with him at all times, so that's fine, right? Like, his sister is attached to him by the hip. That's cool, because the whole point of him doing all this is to make her better, right? To get her the samples, and why leave someone behind who can also help you in these fights that you can trust, guaranteed. See, I can't control those sounds, I apologize. But nonetheless, we are looking very, very close. Hold on a second. We're looking very close at what all of this kind of has transpired from, and it's all started from one person who attacked supposedly his family, right? We have on good authority that it was, the guy with the hat, supposedly, because not only did, he not really see the person who did it or anything, but his sense of smell is so good that this week gives us a reminder of that, right? Like, he literally smells a person and knows exactly who it is, to the fact to where he's like, oh my god, I can't wait to see him, that's crazy to me. So to know that he's already kind of mastered senses like that just goes to show you that if anybody crosses him, that's the way he's going to be tracking you. That's the way he's going to be finding you. And if he gets strong enough, there's nowhere in the world you're going to be able to escape for long unless you hide your scent somehow, you know? He's like the ultimate dog. But yeah, he smelled the guy's scent that, you know, when he met him and saw that the guy had a family and stuff, he had the same scent of the people, of his family members' killer, right? So that kind of already gave that indicator. And I don't really think the 12, I can't remember if he said specifically that the 12, like whenever he's met one of them, he's like, oh, they smell exactly like him, you know what I mean? Or like it's so overwhelmingly that guy that he doesn't sense any other smell on them, you know? They still seem to have their own types of unique senses or sense to him. So I feel like it could have been a random person amongst all of these people, or it could have been the main guy who made all of these characters, right? All of these 12. So that's something I'm really interested in seeing how they're going to like play off. Is are they going to show the true like killer of his family, and is it really going to be the guy we believe it is? I mean, it would make a lot of sense seeing how there's also like some weird grudge between that the main guy who made the 12 and whoever our main character's father or maybe even grandfather was, who passed down these earrings to whomever. Oh my god, these guys are showing me new combos. Okay, I see you. But I like that aspect of the show, right? Like I like that there is this element of we're still learning a lot of stuff that hasn't really been fed to us. That, oh, I didn't mean to run into that crap. It hasn't been fed to us and just told like, yes, this is why he does this, this is why he does not do this, you know? Like it hasn't just been that straight to the point, and I love that aspect. Not only that, we get a very interesting little quick backstory tidbit of old girl that, you know, tried to take out the sister, and she almost became one of my like, I would have hated her if she did any like true damage. So you know who I truly hate? It's the guy who did true damage to the sister. Like that guy is trash. But overall, I look forward to seeing, you know, what the show can do with these much more powerful demon slayers now. Like, do they go the route of giving them like ridiculously challenging fights and then, you know, having having their own roles in the main show, or is it still just going to go back to our main 3 demon slayers and trying to get these samples, and this was just kind of an one-time stop to maybe have a good understanding of the higher ups that could show up during a mission? Because imagine them being in a mission and then these guys showing up and being like, who the heck are they, you know? Like, we have a clear indicator that these people are ridiculously powerful. Okay, so got it. It does go range. We do know that these guys are completely, you know, the 12 or the higher up demon slayers are ridiculously powerful, and the only reason why they're at where they are is because they defeated one of the 12s. But clearly it's not hard to find replacements if all these people have taken one out, and yet there's still supposedly 12 out there, right? I truly think the plot of this story sometimes benefits on these times of relaxation, these times of opening up some fresh air and letting things happen on their own, and being, you know, given to us, like I was saying, the backstory with this girl being completely mute and not wanting to talk, not wanting to eat, not wanting to do any of these things, only because that's how her life forced her to learn to live. If she wasn't told that she can eat this, if she wasn't told that she could do that or this and this, she wouldn't do it. And as of that moment of her snapping and losing it was the true meaning of her kind of her awakening to zero pain, zero cares, zero sadness, you know. So She literally watched herself be sold off and didn't cry, you know. And then she's walking with the person that's got her. She has fleas and all this other stuff, and it just doesn't bother her. So by being taken by these Demonslayer women and shown a life that, you know, isn't that nearly as hard or even like stressful as she's been going through, it really does hit her soul, and she didn't even know it. Then we still see she follows one rule that the older sister had that passed away has given her, which is flip this coin if you're not sure which decision you want to make. Do you want to? And her decision this week was, do I want to go over there and train, or do I guess want to leave and not do anything with them and do something else? Because we don't know what she did afterwards, but it's safe to say she just left it be, right? There was a chance of her going over and training with them and getting stronger, because our boy Tanjiro is learning that ultimate head out breathing even in his sleep, getting beat up in his sleep. Reminds me a lot of Hunter x Hunter when Biscuit really got her claws into Killua and Gon. They had to literally do training rituals where they held a boulder over their heads with a rope while they're sleeping, and if they started to nod off and let go of that boulder, you get smashed. If you haven't seen Hunter x Hunter and I just had to explain that to you and you didn't know what I was talking about, you are missing out, and go check that out, please. It's finally got fully dubbed. And that's what I was saying also about the dub in the beginning, is with more dub fans coming in, this show is going to erupt. It's going to erupt, and it's going to be like My Hero, where everybody who already had watched a lot of My Hero and the dub people just started getting into it, they're like, oh my god, could you imagine what All Might would do if he was strong? It's like, oh, so you haven't even seen the season finale of episode 1. Got it. You know, like, it was funny to see those people like being absolutely shocked when the dub came out. And that's when the simultaneous cast was really apparent, that how much dub watchers would have watched from episode 1 and on from the start if the dub came out the same time as the sub. So I can't wait to see your guys' opinion on Demonslayer. If you guys are loving it, if you're hating it, if you can't wait for more, if you want it to be over. We're coming to the season finale, so I definitely can't wait to see what you guys are up to for the next shows that are coming out. If you guys are watching anything special or something, let me know, and I might be checking it out myself or already having it on the channel. I'll let you know, and if not, maybe I'll check it out and put it on the channel and review it, and I hope to hear your comments. So with all that being said, I am your boy, the Anime J, and I will talk to you in the next one. Peace.